Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we got the Mask of Sense from the Deku Butler as a prize for clearing the Waterfall Temple. In this episode, there's going to be, well, more side quests to do. I mean, after these dungeons, and of course there's going to be a lot of side quests for, like, post-level cleanups. First one we're going to start off with is that we're going to be going to this one house that we might have seen whenever we went down to that boat cruise. And also during the that target shooting with Kurume. You notice that little house over there. Well, there's actually it's actually some kind of house or some kind of a little mini dungeon, I would say. Well, not too much of a dungeon per se though, but like one of those optional mini dungeons that we're gonna be going to. So we're gonna go and tackle that one right here. And so before you go on to get to the house, you're gonna be needing quite a few things here. First off, most importantly, you're gonna need at least 2 magic beans. So you want to make sure to purchase magic beans from that Deku scrub seller that's there. And whenever you want to get the magic beans, you want to make sure you're Deku Link, because if you're a regular Link, then he'll see that you're not really from around here, and then he won't be selling you anything. So yeah, you have to be Deku Link for that one there. So that's the reason why. And it's gonna be a long way around. Like there's supposed to be a shortcut to get over there, but that big Octo is actually in the way, so. So we're gonna have to, just take a long way around. Well, there's the other ones right there, but that's also because there's no lily pads to get across. Speaking of Octoroks, there's this Octorok that we have here that just came out. So it's going to go bio. You know about the Octorok, right? All you have to do is deflect that rock that spits out, or either that you can just shoot it back with an arrow. But yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, those Octoroks, which are supposedly the same as they were in Ocarina of Time. Only one difference though is that they're actually a little more defensive than in the last game, because like they actually go down in 2 hits, unlike in Ocarina of Time where they can actually just go down in 1 hit. So yeah, it actually takes 2 hits. So they're a little stronger than their previous counterparts. And so yeah, all you gotta do is just get that big Octo out of the way. And then if we go across here, then I'll just have across more lily pads. It actually would have been easier after you cleared off the Waterfall Temple, but I guess I didn't do so because I didn't really feel like having to go back over to the boss fight, because that's always what you have to do. One thing I didn't mention though is that one cool thing about Majora's Mask is that you actually get to replay dungeons because of the whole 3D cycle here. Because like once you reset the cycle, then it goes back to its to this bad effect, like this phenomena that's going on. And so because of that, you're able to replay dungeons. However, after you clear off the dungeon for the first time, and once you go back in, that little stump that has the Majora's Mask symbol on there, it'll actually teleport you directly to the boss's room. So that way there you can replay the boss again. So it's actually kind of cool that this is actually one of the very few games, or probably the only game as far as I know, in which you actually get to replay dungeons and also go to the boss fights. Not kind of the other games where, some games where they would have you do the boss gauntlets, like the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time has has this option with the boss gauntlets. And then Skyward Sword had that as well. And I think the Champion's Ballad DLC in Breath of the Wild that has you do that as well. And I mean, I actually kind of wish they would have did the same. Well, maybe they kind of did, but in Tears of the Kingdom, where they had you, they basically have you refight the bosses if you ever find them in the Hyrule's Depths. So that's pretty much as far as I can think of for. Oh, also Wind Waker. Wind Waker has some kind of boss gauntlet as well, but only for the but only once you reach Ganon's Tower, and it's not like you can actually replay those bosses either. So anyway, yeah, going on topic here. So this here is the Spider House. So the Spider House, basically, it's actually so you see that where that guy is apparently cursed by those by the spiders, which are actually the Gold Skulltulas. So you remember the whole Gold Skulltula hunt in Ocarina of Time? So this is very much like it as well, except it's there's like major differences to this one. In Ocarina of Time, there are actually a total of 100 Gold Skulltulas they can collect, and which is basically what we did for 100% completion, and they are all over the place. Like not only in the overworld, like out in Hyrule, but also in dungeons, and they're also like some certain means. Now, Majora's Mask, they basically consolidated those Gold Skulltulas to where instead of having to go all over the place, they're now confined in those little houses. Actually, 2 houses overall in this game here. And so because of that, like it's like those Gold Skulltulas, like you'll just go around and like look every nook and cranny that there is and just see that they're there. And so very much like in the last game, you kill those and then you get the Gold Skulltula token. And so for each of for those spider houses, there's actually a total of 30 of them that you have to find and collect their tokens. And so once you collect all 30 of them, then the cursed spider, well the cursed human that's like cursed to look like a spider, he'll give you a reward for it. So that's basically like the whole gist of it. You'll know that there is a Gold Skulltulas nearby if you hear those sound effects coming from them, like their scratching sounds where you hear them. Like if you whenever you hear them close by, then if you get closer to one, then you actually just see where that's going to be hidden there. So it can either be found in these crates here, or just like in Ocarina of Time, where you can actually just put bugs in the bottle. Yeah, another thing you want to do, so like several things aside from the magic beans, you're also going to need some spring water, and you're also going to need some bugs as well, and also arrows. Well, arrows, well, yeah, you'll probably do this if you want to. Well, actually, it is recommended just to have arrows with you. Now, theoretically though, or I mean, ideally, it would have been better if I actually came back a little later from after I got that certain item. That's actually a lot easier to get those Gold Skulltula tokens, but I decided to go for this just right from the get-go. Because because there are some other heart pieces and all that well, there's actually a certain mask that we'll be getting. Like he's wearing this mask right here, but I actually want to get that out of the way though. But I know some of you guys might be thinking I could have just come back a little later for this certain item that's a lot more useful, but I decided to do this way because it is still possible to actually get this done without said item. So anyways, so yeah, there's some of the things that you need. So just like in Ocarina of Time, if you secure the bugs in the bottle, and then you see these patches of soil that's right here, and then what you gotta do is you just release the bugs from the bottle, and then they'll climb up to that patch of soil, and then that's how the Gold Skulltula will start popping out. So yeah, very much like what they did in the last game. So yeah, I guess because of that, it's a little easier, I would say, for the Gold Skulltulas, and not too much of a collectathon you have to do, like especially back in the last game where we're just having to collect all 100 of those. I mean, then again, though, the most useful rewarding is like when you get up to 50 of the Skulltula tokens, and the last reward is a heart piece, and then all the others after that. Once you get to the 100th one, then it's just just rupees and all that, which honestly really doesn't mean much of anything. It's kind of a cop out if you ask me, because I mean you're already getting all the rupees at this point. But yeah, I guess the whole situation behind this is kind of similar because like there was that rich family in Kakariko Village that got cursed by those Skulltulas, and so the curse will actually dispel after getting at least each 10 of those tokens. But here in this case, it's just one guy who got cursed, and so we just had to collect all 30 of the tokens to release him from the curse. So you can probably say that is sort of a mini dungeon because of it. Well, just having to look over the Gold Skulltulas, but of course, especially for something like those, like, you really do want to look every nook and cranny. So very much like how you had to look for the stray fairies in each of the regular dungeons. So, if you ever... There might be some times where you might feel stuck because of how the Skulltulas will start to be a little hidden. And it's actually the reason why you need some spring water and magic beans here, so that way there you can actually use that bean platform. But yeah, it might be a little complicated just having to see where the Skulltulas are, because they can't be anywhere in the house itself. So yeah, I guess if you don't want to get too lost, then I probably would recommend that you have a guide on standby, so that way there you'll know where some things are, because yeah, because those fuckers are all over the place. So yeah, I guess that's just pretty much all there is to say. Yeah, so since I don't really have the item with me though, then what I gotta do is just just stand by there and then just get the token in that way, because like the item, of course, and now the item question, oh, I love it so much. You guys probably already know what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, it should be obvious at this point. You can actually just grab the token from there, but yeah, I just don't have it with me because I just felt like I want to get this out of the way, so yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's not just this house here. It's actually there's another Skulltula house that I'll be getting to later on, but that's going to be like probably around after Dungeon 3, I would say. Yeah, like sometime after Dungeon 3. Um, yeah, like I said, you want to make sure to smash those pots and and go to those crates because they could be they could just be just hidden everywhere. So, and yeah, make sure you try not to get hit by them because those guys like they take an entire heart from you. Though those guys are absolutely like they are tough as shit. So that's one thing you want to be careful for. One thing I gotta say that like the whole design of this room here, like I don't know why, it actually kind of reminds me of this one restaurant that I might have gone to a long time ago, in which one of those fancier restaurants has some kind of a interior design that's like this. Now, it's not so much like some kind of Indian restaurant, I would say, because this whole room, this whole house on the inside, kind of does look a little Indian. I mean, to me, anyway. What do you guys think? Does it kind of look Indian, or more like Aztec, I would say? I don't know. I mean, one of those things. I mean, it's kind of like hard to tell like which ones would be, but anyway, so I'm reminded of that one restaurant that I might have gone to that had a similar interior design. That was like a long time ago, and I can no longer remember the name of the restaurant. Well, in fact, I think I must have already been younger back then. Like I think I was still a kid back then, and I didn't see what the name of the restaurant was because I mean because my parents actually knew the name of the restaurant. They just took me over there, but it was just like a one-time thing for like some kind of a celebration, special occasion there. So like only they would know the name, but I mean I can't remember for shit though because like I said I was a kid then and I didn't really pay much attention here. Yeah, I did a little bit of a jump cover here for that transition because I had to backtrack to get those bugs. Although some of the patches of soil, not all of them will contain the Gold Skulltulas. Some of them could actually contain rupees. So I mean it's kind of a waste of effort honestly though, but it doesn't really have to check anyway. So I mean I had to. But I think that one also contains rupees, and I'm not. Oh, actually, no, it does contain a Skulltula. Okay, well, I guess I was I guess I must have thought the smaller thing. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, like I said, I don't really remember the name of the restaurant, and I think it was somewhere in Florida, but I don't know. I mean, it could be somewhere in Florida, because because I can't remember. Like if I ever. Because there were those times when I actually traveled to different states and visited the restaurants there. Then I mean I don't remember them having that kind of design here, but yeah, it's got to be somewhere in Florida though because well I mean I don't know because like maybe it was somewhere in Tampa maybe or something I don't know or no it couldn't have been Tampa it could probably I don't know maybe Sanford. But I don't know. My memory is so hazy on those kind of things. But I kind of still remember the whole interior design of the restaurant in question. And so it just kind of reminds me of that. And honestly though, I really do like restaurants like those because especially since a majority of those restaurants I visited kind of had this little generic interior design and all that. Well, I guess I kind of think of like how McDonald's would look on the outside, especially nowadays though. But like. But like some of those unique restaurants that I've ever visited that has these nice looks on the inside, on the interior. Although, come to think of it, I think Abuelo's. If you guys ever been to Abuelo's, this Mexican restaurant that I've been to several times, and they got. I remember their food being absolutely just great stuff there, especially those pina coladas. I really enjoy those. But I think they had some kind of a similar. Design like that here, but the one I actually went to that I've been talking about definitely wasn't Abuelo's. It was definitely something else though. But like, but it's stuff like these that I really do. It's the reason why I really do enjoy going to those unique kind of restaurants because like either they go for traditions and all that, and they have some nice looking designs for the interiors, and it just looks so gorgeous like that. Very unique and all that, and it gives me nice little vibes right here, and and not only that, but also with the food being absolutely delicious, because that's one thing about these restaurants. If you want to find good quality restaurants, just like I would just look at them based on the reviews. Like if I see so many positive reviews, like oh man, it's like some of the best restaurants ever. Then it really piques my curiosity though, because I just gotta gotta try something out right here. You know, I can definitely guarantee that, you know, the food's gotta be this good and all that here. So yeah, sometimes I still do wish I remember the name of the restaurant, but you know, like I said, I was still a kid back then, and my attention span wasn't that great, honestly, and so because of that, there's no way I could actually remember. And honestly, even if I did ask my parents, they probably wouldn't remember either, maybe because of the fact that it was so long ago. So, oh well. Well, like I said, the only thing is just gonna be just all memory here, which is, I mean, it's kind of sad. I mean, I don't really mean to make it sound depressing though, but you know, it was still good either way. But well, hopefully maybe if I come across the restaurants like those, and you know, I'll just you know, enjoy all the designs, and you know, I guess I've got a little picky when it comes to interior designs and all that. I like their uniqueness and all that. Instead of just like something bland and all that. Well, especially the more local restaurants, I would say, and you know, some of the ones that's kind of more common, like let me say, for instance, like, yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about, like, you know, some of the more common restaurants, like, you know, Chili's or Applebee's or what else? Outback Steakhouse. You know, their interior designs are kind of samey and all that, because like, you know, it's all wood. Well, I mean, Outback Steakhouse has kind of a reason for that though, because you know, it's since you know it is supposed to be Australian based, and you know, so I guess it kind of had to be that reason. Although, I mean, I can't really speak for what's like in Australia, because like, you know, I've never even been to Australia, so there's no way I'd actually just like, you know, figure stuff out here. So, now one thing I do want to mention about the about some of the Skulltulas. So, since I don't have the item with me at the moment to grab the tokens, that means that there are some Skulltulas that will move up and down in a vertical position, and so because of that, they will start to go up to the ceiling, and then I have to wait until they crawl back down to the bottom, so that way there I can actually kill them and then get their tokens from there. Now we see those beehives up at the ceiling. You want to make sure to like, you want to be careful whenever you shoot the beehives, because one of them could contain, or they could contain the Skulltulas, but there could be some of them that might contain bees. Yeah, there are actually bees in this game, and they will hurt you. Well, I mean, of course they will. I mean, because I mean, they're just bees, or they kind of seem more like wasps, if anything, because they just come up sting, or most likely hornets. So I mean, you know, because like, for one thing, I always say those wasps though, because like, you know, when it comes to like bees or wasps, you know, bees, you know, they care about, you know, just making peace with the world and all that there. And yeah, there's actually a reason why I'm dumping out the spring waters, because I was gonna go and get more bugs, because there's that other patch soil, but that one actually contains rubies though, so yeah, so now you have to watch as past me actually it goes all the way back over just to put the bugs back in the soil. So anyway, so yeah, bees, you know, they care about just making the flowers look nicer, like in the honey, and you know, just providing us with the honey there. So I mean, you know, so no, bees are always good Samaritans though. Wasps, on the other hand, wasps are, you know, widely agreed upon to be nature's biggest assholes, and I couldn't agree more. I fucking hate wasps, like you know, for the life of me, because you know, truth be told, I actually got stung by one when I was 6 years old, and you know, well, what happened was that, you know, I didn't even see where it was, and I guess I somehow stepped on it. And so that's how I got stung, and it was traumatizing. Like, I actually suffer from PTSD because of those assholes alone. Because, like, you know, I guess it's one of those things where, you know, oh, I know it was rubies, it was arrows. Okay, well, I need arrows anyway. But it's like one of those things where, you know, they would say that you know, if you don't fuck with wasps, then they won't fuck with you. And you know, I guess it might be true for the most part though. But you know. But I always feel like, but still though, ever since that time when I got stung by a wasp, well, because I stepped on it, and then it gave me a lot of PTSD, and then I was told that, you know, wasps could be more viable to sting, and so it traumatized me so much, and even after over 20 years later, I still get scared shitless from seeing those wasps, and you know, I just every time I see one, I just you know, try to keep a good distance, or just outright run, because I just don't want to get stung ever again. And you know, well, and actually more so with the hornets. Hornets, I hear are a lot more aggressive. Like they don't even give a flying fuck about about anybody. They will sting right on contact. Like if you get close to them and they could potentially just perceive you as a threat, they will just they'll come right over here and sting you and sting the ever living shit out of you. Yeah, they don't give a flying fuck about any of you or any of that. So I always keep a good distance. So like so like I said, it's because of all the PTSD I've had to suffer from getting stung by a wasp, and it was just no fun. It was painful. I remember screaming and crying after getting stung. I was like I said, because I was 6 years old at the time, so I guess it's kind of natural in a way. But yeah, it really hurt a lot, and so it's never gone away from me, even to this day, even after being like almost 30, and I still get the shit scared out of. It could be either that or horseflies. Horseflies are another one of nature's biggest assholes. Because those guys, oh yeah, just like hornets, they also don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, literally, because they also fly here, and also like horseflies. But that's besides the point. I also stay away from them as well because they will. I should stop right here because I'm sure you guys don't even want to talk about it though because the way their methods are. So yeah, I'll just stop right there. But overall, wasps, well, most likely hornets and horseflies, they're assholes and they can go fuck themselves. So anyway, yeah, after rolling into the street and all the Skulltulas will come dropping down, and so with that, now we have collected all 30 of the Gold Skulltula tokens, and so the curse has now been lifted. I think you can still be able to get that mask on the first day. I don't know if it actually works for the other days though, because I know there's the other spider house in which the reward varies depending on the day. Oh, I've been saved. I thought I was going to die. You see, a while back, someone told me I could become rich, and he gave me this mask. He said the instructions were inscribed somewhere in here, but when I went to look, I was cursed. You naive little dipshit. This is why you should really never trust anyone at all, because those guys here that tell me some kind of treasure that could be hidden, that really spells shadiness there. It spells trouble. So yeah, never listen to anybody like that here. And this is especially true in real life, because if you ever come across people that will that could actually persuade you into getting something good, chances are it's a fraud. Stupid masters. I always follow green and all here. So anyway, so now we got the Mask of Truth, and so another returning mask from Ocarina of Time is that what that does is that if you wear the Mask of Truth, not only can you actually read the Gossip Stones look at rumors, but you can actually pick up animals and you can actually read their thoughts and just see what they are. And so yeah, even the dog agrees with me about like how naive that guy was. So yeah, you can actually do that, and this mask will actually be very important to us for this one minigame that we'll be doing later on. So. Anyways, next time on Let's Play Majora's Mask, we are going to do, well, of course, more side quests. We got to do all that here. So I will see you guys next time.